Hi, Kerry Garrison with 888 VoIP Store. And today we're taking a look at the Cisco Small Business Systems PVC300. This little R2-D2 looking thing here is a pan, tilt, zoom IP video camera. So you can deploy this and remotely be able to pan it, tilt it, and zoom up to 2.6 times. It's got really good low light sensitivity. Unfortunately, it doesn't have good bright light sensitivity. So this is really an indoor camera. It's not well protected from the environment or anything like that. So this is a warehouse camera, a hallway camera, something like that, where it's going to be indoors with better lighting conditions and without environmental issues, because you can't really build an enclosure that's going to go around something that can spin almost all the way around, which we'll take a look at. It's an impressive range that this has. So where would you use this? As I said, indoors, warehouses. You can actually see almost the entire 360 degrees. Not quite, but almost. So it's a really good camera for that. It works over power over Ethernet and has a ton of features. So you can actually set it up to every time it detects motion, it will write out a video file to an FTP server. It can write it out to a Samba share, which is just a Windows share. It can send you an email to let you know that something was recorded. And you can set those events up by triggers. So you could say, well, if it detects motion in the middle of the night, no one's supposed to be there, so it better record it. And I want an instant message to my phone saying that there's been motion detected. It can include a link to the video stream. I can just click on it, download it, and see what's going on there in the office, or log in remotely via a web browser and check it out. So it's a very handy camera for those types of situations, as well as being able to do the video surveillance and recording. Now, something that's unique to the Cisco line of cameras is that they come with recording software. So even though the camera itself can be set up to record everything to a share somewhere, or to record based on motion or events or time and things like that, it actually has a full suite software package that can control multiple cameras and record all of those to a single location based on a number of parameters such as motion detection, etc. And this gives you a central place to go back and view video from multiple locations. So that's unique to the Cisco line. Other companies who manufacture IP cameras, you're going to have to pay separate for that, and often you're going to have to go to a third party, and it's going to be a fairly expensive piece of software. So that's nice to know that that's bundled with all the Cisco cameras. Let's take a quick look at all the specs. So you can see it's a pan tilt zoom camera. As I mentioned, it's 2.6 optical zoom. It's got IPv6 support and a built-in Samba client, so it can reach Samba shares or Windows shares. 1/4 inch progressive scan CCD sensor, low light sensitivity with a high quality lens, audio input and output for external microphone and or speaker. So it can actually hear what's going on in there, and when you record the video, it will record the audio. If you connect an external speaker to it, you can actually do a talkback through a web browser, which is a very cool feature. It has I/O ports to facilitate alarm triggers, power lights on and off, and things like that. So if it detects a movement, it can actually trigger an alarm or turn the lights on so it can record better. As I mentioned, it's power over Ethernet, so you just plug it into a power over Ethernet switch. And it supports dual codecs simultaneously. Both MPEG-4 and MJPEG gives you a wide range of ways to view this, even on several smartphones. IP multicast support, real-time streaming protocol, 4x digital zoom and a 2.6 optical zoom, motion detection with event notifications, which I mentioned, account or alarm log in the monitoring software, JPEG snapshots at multiple resolutions that can be sent to an FTP server. So you can grab those from a web page or something like that. Real-time video recording from the web interface directly to your local machine, which is very cool. And PC-less event-driven recording. So it has a huge list of features, making it a very powerful camera, which is common across the Cisco cameras. And we'll take a look at each of those over the next few weeks. Let's take a look at the interface and see how that works. Here's the interface. As you can see, we can go left, right, up, and down. and a home key will return it back to a preset home position. Now I'm just going to go ahead and keep clicking here. You cannot hold it down. You have to keep clicking. And I'm going to spin the camera all the way around back to my front door. So you can see we have almost 360-degree rotation. It's not quite, but we can see almost everything. I'm going to select the left position. It's going to take me to a predefined left position, which is going to be about as far left as I can go and still see stuff. And then I'm going to click on Patrol, which is going to be a preset list of locations. So I have a left, a right, an up, and a down. So it's going to go through this predefined set. So that's handy if you got a big warehouse and you really need to follow things around. You can see it's fairly simple to use. Now I'm going to click back on Home, and I'll return back to the home position. So very simple to use, not much to it at all. Now the thing is, you can use different browsers to control the camera, and you'll get basic controls. If you want the complete set of controls, you'll need to use Internet Explorer 7 or 8. That's going to work best for you because it has to install an ActiveX control to enable things like the audio, two-way audio. Like I said, if you hook up a speaker, you can get two-way audio. If you want to do the recording, and so any of those features, you're going to need that. Let's take a look at the interface here again, and we'll just kind of walk through some of the pieces of it. So I can create a snapshot. I can turn on the audio, turn on the talk feature if I have the speaker connected. There's a whole lot of setup options in here. The motion detection. We can set up different windows that we want to have defined for the motion detection. So I can just create a window. So that's going to define one area. If it detects motion in that, then it can trigger an event to do a recording. Supports dynamic DNS if your router doesn't, if you want to be able to get to it remotely. So it's actually a fairly intuitive interface. It doesn't take you much time to sit there and figure it out and go through it and get this baby all configured properly. I'll just go ahead and flip it back to the home position here with one click of the mouse, and you'll see this spin right back around to the home position. So this is the Cisco Small Business Systems PVC300 Pan Tilt Zoom IP video camera. That's a mouthful, but if you need an IP camera that allows you to turn, tilt up and down, and zoom in, this is certainly a great option. So check it out at 888VoIPstore.com. This has been Kerry Garrison. Thanks for watching.